big question I'm often asked is, how can the principal support the coach? What's the best way in which the principal can support the coach? That is an extremely important question because in my experience, two things are critical with respect to the success of the coach. Who the coach is, and then how the coach is supported by the principal. If the principal supports the coach effectively, the coach has a really good chance. And I've worked in situations where coaches are in two different schools, and in one school they're rock stars making a huge difference in the quality of kids' lives. In another school, nothing's happening, and the major difference is how the principal supports the coach. So I've got a blog about this you could look up on the Radical Learners blog, but the core ideas are, first off, that the principal truly believes that the coach can make a difference and publicly broadcast that. The principal also has to be a guardian to ensure that the coach is able to do the coaching. If the principal is asking the coach to do all kinds of other things like substitute teaching and going to all kinds of meetings, and in one case I heard buying furniture for the math lab and touring people around the school, pretty quickly the coach doesn't have any time to coach. So the principal has to be careful to make sure the coach has time to coach. That's probably the most important thing. And then they have to let the staff know that they really believe in what the coach does, because the teachers will do what the principal wants them to do. And if the principal says, well, we got this person here, she's probably got some good stuff, work with her if you want, very few people will work with her. But if the principal says, over the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be doing walkthroughs, looking at time on task, coach can help you if you want to. She's awesome at time on task. It's up to you. You can do it if you want. Then there's a really good chance that people will be more engaged. One other big idea about how the principal can support the coach is, I think if the principal isn't respectful of teachers' autonomy and just says you have to work with the coach, it sets the coach up for a difficult situation. Because the teacher will go to the coach and say, Wilson says I got to work with you, so come on, fix me. You got 10 minutes because I got to get back to my real job. And they'll see the coach as a punishment. But if the principal says, I was in your class, engagement was 60%, we have to get to 95%, we're all committed to that. There are lots of ways you can do it. You can watch yourself on video, you can read this book, Schlechty's book on engaging students, you can go online, look at some stuff, but you might want to work with the coach. She's a pro at this, she could make it easy for you. She'd be a really easy person to work with. In that case, the teacher's going to go to the coach and say, look, Wilson's all over me about this time on task, can you help me? Instead of being a punishment, the coach is a lifeline. And what the principal is doing there is being firm on the standard and flexible on how to get there. And I think that is a huge way in which the principal can support the coach, is to be firm on the standard, flexible on how to get there, and set the coach up for success. All in all, the core idea is the principal a person who believes that professional learning can move the school forward? Do they communicate that? And do they see how the coach is integral to making that happen? And if they do, and they communicate that, and they work with the coach, chances are that coach will succeed.